Hello and welcome to or welcome back to my channel. My name is Marin and here you will find a little beauty, a little books, and a little teaching content. So if that sounds like something you might enjoy, I would love for you to subscribe and stick around and join me in my little corner of YouTube. Today's video is going to be my July makeup basket and my next update on my Pan That palette for 2023. So let's go ahead and get into it. For those who are new, who maybe haven't seen a previous makeup basket video, I am working on panning the Urban Decay Naked 3 palette this year in 2023, minus 2 shades. So what I'm gonna do is tip you down. I'm gonna show you last month's picture and then this month's current look. I am very excited about the progress I was able to make. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. So first, apologies for this shadow here. I absolutely cannot get that to disappear, so we're going to pretend that it doesn't exist. But here is a look at my Naked 3 palette from Urban Decay. I'm going to go ahead and put the picture of what it looked like at the start of June. And here is what we are looking like now in July. So in June, I had one shade that did not have pan, and that was the shade Mugshot. But as you can see, I have pan now. So I have officially hit pan in all of the shades that I want to use up by the end of the year, which is really exciting. I also have gotten a little bit more use out of Dark Heart. So we're gonna go ahead and go through the number of times that I've used each shade in the month of June. Okay, so this is the shade Burnout. I used that 10 times, Limit 11 times, Buzz 9 times, Trick 1 time, Nooner 6 times, Liar 3 times, Factory 1 time, Mugshot 9 times, Dark Side I did not use at all, so 0 times, and Dark Heart I used 2 times. So I actually have been playing around with using this shade as like a liner, which I've enjoyed, and that's how I used it those 2 times, and I have already used it a couple of times in July as well. I don't have any plans to pan this, but maybe I can hit pan. That would be nice. But yes, pretty good usage. This, as I mentioned, was the only shade that did not have pan previously, and now it does. I do also think that I should be able to finish up this shade right here, which is Buzz, by the end of July. It is definitely getting low, so perhaps this will be another empty. And then these 2 shades obviously are looking good as well, and this one too. So maybe we'll have a couple of empty pans in the next update. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, we're gonna go ahead and tip on down again, and I am going to take you through the items in this month's makeup basket. I am going for very easy, simple makeup this month. It's what I was doing in June as well. So I don't have a ton of products to share with you, but I do have a few new ones. So let's go ahead and take a look at them. All right, so now it is time to take a look at my makeup basket. A lot of this is going to look very similar to June's makeup basket. As I mentioned, I'm going for very light, easy makeup right now in the summer. I also have just filmed my newest Project Pan intro for my summer project, which I'll link up in the cards if you want to check that out, because a couple of the items I'm going to mention are from that project. So let's go ahead and first of all just take a look at the things that are definitely not changing. So I have my Estetica powder. This is a setting powder that I have mixed with a NYX setting powder to get a better shade match and more mattifying powder. So I'm still working on that. We've still got a decent amount. I'm also keeping the Bare Minerals Invisible Bronze in my project. I have been using this for the entire year basically. This is in the shade Fair to Light. It's the only bronzer that I really have that I like, so this is staying in there for the days that I need a little bit more color. And then I also have this number 7 Perfect Light Translucent Powder. This one I have hit pan on, but it should still last a few more months. So this is what I use to set my under eye area. So that is also staying. I have my NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer. This is in the shade Vanilla, obviously. I've been making good use of that for when I need to cover blemishes or dark spots. So that is a pretty much tried and true product that's always in my collection. And then I do still have the same two products that I think I mentioned last month. I know I mentioned this one. This is the roller liner from Benefit. That's the eyeliner that I use. And I am currently using this Milani mascara. This is the Highly Rated Lash Extensions Tubing Mascara. I think I mentioned this last month, but can't quite remember. But I did finish the one from Rare Beauty, so have moved on to this one, and I am really enjoying it. So those are not changing. Those are going to stay, and they will probably continue to stay for many months in the future. But now let's talk about a couple of new things that I'm going to add in. So first of all, we're going to talk about eyeshadow. This is my Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. I have had this probably for, I don't know, 8 years. I think I got this in either 2016, 2017. I really can't remember, but it's very old. And the shade Marzipan, which is this shade right here, is in my new Project Pan. So I'm putting the whole palette in for like the makeup basket just to play around with a couple of other shades. This is going to be the main focus, but I do want to give a little bit more love to some of these other ones as well. If you did not see that Project Pan video, I did mention that once this shade is gone, I'm going to be decluttering the palette completely. So I figured I would go ahead and play around with it this month and see if I can't give some of these other shades some more love, a little bit more use before I ultimately send this on its merry way. Okay, now let's talk about some base products. So the primer that I have been using and really enjoying is this one from Neutrogena. This is the Matte Primer Plus Serum Shine Control Rice Protein Primer. Mouthful, but this is a dropper, as you can see. And I really like this. I have been putting this under my sunscreen, and I feel like it's been keeping me a lot more matte that way. So you can see I've used a decent amount of it, but this is the only primer that I'm currently really enjoying. I have another one in my Project Pan that I don't like, but I love this one. This may be my new holy grail, if you will. So that one has been getting a lot of use. Because I've been doing a lot of lighter makeup, I've been using this Dr. Jart Cicapair Derma Green Solution. This is the Tiger Grass Color Correcting Treatment. And this is a green color corrector that I a lot of times will just use as a foundation because it dries down to a shade that matches my skin tone. I just use this to even out my skin tone, hide a little bit of redness. I actually have this on today as the only like base product. So have been enjoying this. Figure I'll go ahead and mention it because I don't think I've talked about it previously. And then if you watch my Project Pan, you'll know that I'm working on getting a little bit more pan in this Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector. This has been what I've been using as just an under eye concealer on my lighter makeup days. So I'm gonna go ahead and mention that one as well because this is what I've kind of been using as concealer. All right, now let's talk about some color products. I have two blushes in my Project Pan. They are both pink shades. So I wanna go ahead and put a peach shade in my basket as well. These are the 4 peach blushes that I own. So this one is from Tarte. This is in the shade Quirky. I've already repressed this one. I'm thinking that this might show up in a later Project Pan to see if I can't finish it off. But that's the first one. I also have this Glossier Cloud Paint in the shade Beam. I actually have not even used this. This is brand new. Then we have my Too Faced Papa Don't Peach Blush, which I have used and quite enjoy. As you can see, this one's got a little bit of a shimmer. And then I also have the Milani Baked Powder Blush in Luminoso, which also has a shimmer. So I'm gonna go ahead and just swatch the peach blushes. Okay, so if you go left to right, that's how I swatched them. So this one is the Luminoso, this is Papa Don't Peach, and this is Quirky. I am not going to swatch this one because this is brand new. I haven't even pulled this off, and I don't want to do that till I'm like actively going to use it. So I didn't swatch this one, but that of course is Beam from Glossier. I am not going to go with this one. I'll just be very upfront because I have a Glossier Cloud Paint in my Project Pan, and I find these harder to work with. They take a little bit more finesse, a little bit more blending, and I like to have a powder blush in my makeup basket for those days when I'm maybe running a little bit late and just need to throw something on really quick. So I'm gonna definitely go with the powder blush, but I did just wanna mention that I do have this one. You will see this eventually, but not this month. So we are down to just these three, which are the three that I've swatched. So I mentioned both the Milani blush and the Too Faced blush have a shimmer. I'm not sure how well it's picking up on camera. The Tarte one does not have a shimmer. I do not have a highlighter in my Project Pan this time, and as you see, I didn't put a highlighter in here either. So I think I want to go with one that has shimmer. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the Tarte blush out. So it's gonna come down to just the Milani or the Papa Don't Peach. And if we're looking, Papa Don't Peach is a little bit more subtle. The Milani one is definitely like bam in your face. But I feel like I haven't used this one in a while. I feel like this has been in some makeup baskets. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and go with the Milani one just because I haven't used it. Like you can tell, it's barely been touched and it is really, really pretty. I really, really like this. I feel like that would be a good shade for summer. So we're gonna go ahead and add this one in as well. And then those are my other items. But yes, these are the peach blushes. I love all three of them. So if you're looking for peach blush recommendations, there you go. All right, so that is a look at my makeup basket minus the eyeshadow. So of course I have Too Faced Chocolate Bar and my good old Urban Decay Naked 3 as well. But I feel like this is a nice little makeup basket to go along with my Project Pan items. I really like to use the Project Pan items early on when I start a project to get a lot of use up front. So I think this will be some nice compliments to those products. And that is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to my channel if you would like to see more from me. And I will see you in my next video. Bye, everyone.